The United States emerged from World War II along with the Soviet Union as two superpowers with vastly different political and economic systems. These two nations had different ambitions for their future. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of the United States of America, our nation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may now be seated. President Truman was an honest man whose willingness to make tough decisions were needed qualities during this time period. Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union. He had been the ally of Hitler for a time. Stalin resented the Western Allies' delay in attacking the Germans in Europe. Stalin's refusal to allow free elections in Poland and other parts of Eastern Europe the Soviets occupied was a broken promise. That alone convinced Truman that the U.S. and Soviets' aims were deeply at odds. the Second World War, with the decline of Europe, power was largely shared between Soviet Union and the United States. As one wanted to dominate over the other, conflicts were inevitable. The United States wanted to encourage free trade throughout the world. However, the Soviet Union wanted to shield off their own sphere from international commerce. Soviets felt justified in their claim to Eastern Europe. By dominating this region, the Soviets felt they could stop future invasions from the West. Stalin installed communist governments in certain countries which became known as the satellite nations. Faced with the Soviet threat, American officials decided it was time. An American diplomat in Moscow proposed a policy of containment. By containment, he meant taking measures to prevent any extension of communist rule to other countries. The policy began to guide the Truman administration's foreign policy. The conflicting U.S. and Soviet aims in Eastern Europe led to the Cold War, a conflict between the United States and Soviet Union in which neither nation directly confronted the other on the battlefield. The Cold War would dominate global affairs, the U.S. foreign policy from 1945 until the breakup of the Soviet Union in 1991.